If you have been creating bedding cover for deer and your results have been subpar, there are some very important principles that need to be accounted for before success can be achieved. One of the most important is having adequate sunlight reaching the forest floor. By that, I mean sunlight and plant life needs to exist at a height deer can actually reach. A deer's life revolves around everything from about 3 feet down. If there is a closed canopy above that level, preventing sunlight from reaching the forest floor, plant life cannot survive. Everyone has heard about diversity, and here we have diversity. That means multiple plant species growing together to create habitat that is not uniform. These conifers, forbs, grasses, trees, and shrubs. In this case, we have a bush that has been hinge cut. And inside that hinge cut specifically is the bed. That bed is backed up against a conifer tree. You can also see native plants, especially goldenrod and grasses, clearly visible right in front of the deer's mouth. When all three of these different plant types meet in the same spot, in close proximity, deer will be there. They will bed underneath and alongside conifers. They will browse on native forbs and grasses, along with woody stems. Just because you don't have diversity doesn't mean you won't have deer use. But a lack of diversity limits that appeal to deer and eventually prevents you from optimizing your hunts. Mother Nature has been blowing trees down since the beginning of time. When our thermal drone comes across trees that have been naturally bent down or uprooted, it is very uncommon to see deer not utilizing that area. And here, Mother Nature did exactly what we can replicate. She blew a tree down right next to this conifer. The tracks are here. The deer use is here. The security and forage is here. And we can replicate that same appeal on our own properties. This isn't about having more land. It's about maximizing the use of the land you have and organizing habitat improvements in specific locations to increase hunting opportunities. It's very easy to fulfill the basic needs of deer: food, water, cover. But when you have a small property and want to maximize your odds of success, certain parts of the hunting industry have conditioned us to believe that one product or service can corral deer onto your property. That's not how deer work. You can't control deer, but you can supply them with everything they want. And when you do that, you optimize your ability to have success. Habitat like this provides both food and cover. Water can be added, but that's a topic for another discussion. When these elements come together, success can be optimized, and deer can be influenced to move through very specific locations, giving hunters the ability to take advantage of controlled movement with strategic stand placement. One of the easiest ways to accomplish this is through horizontal cover. These are trees that can be hinge cut or simply felled over to encourage deer movement through certain areas. Our thermal drone is showing us time and time again that deer in these types of security locations tolerate pressure better, meaning you can walk by them and they are less likely to spook, compounding a hunter's odds of success. When funneling strategies are implemented adjacent to food plots, hunters gain premier pinch points, ideal for archery seasons. Lastly, the worst thing a hunter can do is create this type of habitat, then fail to take advantage of that. Deer cannot be controlled to stay on a specific property, especially in a specific location. They are going to move. They are going to move on your neighbor's property no matter what you do. It is simply bad advice to avoid hunting your best habitat locations, especially under the most ideal conditions like the rut. Managing pressure on your property is wise, but never hunting the best parts of your property is just plain foolish. You'll be on the outside looking in. When your target buck is here today and gone tomorrow, the last thing you want to do is to let him be gone tomorrow. This is Aaron from Thermal Deer Consulting. Thank you. God bless.